Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Storm Collectibles SoulCalibur 6 MITSURUGI. And I'm just going to put this out there right now. I don't know if I mentioned this in the Taki review. I know I mentioned part of this. I love SoulCalibur as a franchise. I like most of the character designs a lot. So as a collector, as a personal person, I'm smitten. I love these figures because they're characters I've wanted figures of for forever, and they're definitely good enough for me to be very happy. As a reviewer, I'm still going to do it as objectively as I can. I'm going to point out all the problems and let you guys know what the problems are. But just putting it out there as a fan, I'm very happy these exist, and I'm thinking most people probably are. But there is stuff to talk about, so let's go ahead and get them off the stand and take a closer look. Okay, before we get into the figure, let's take a quick look at my package. Just like Taki's, it's a little bit smaller than normal. Actually, Taki's package was kind of... Never mind, not gonna make that joke. Some of you will get that, some of you won't. If you didn't, don't worry. I don't like this one, and it's a very reasonable reason why. The artwork comes all the way over here, and the figure is mostly covered by it. The figure stops right here, so arm... It's not a good layout. The figure should have been shifted over, and the accessories should have been shifted over, you know. Instead of having him over here getting mostly covered by the artwork, he should have been over here. It's not the best looking thing to display if you wanted to keep him in the package. Aside from the layout, I do like it. I like the stylized artwork. That's very SoulCalibur, very nice. There's the figure posed right there. There's a reference image right there. And then there's some more posing options on the back. So standard Storm fare, good packaging. I do think they have one of the best looking packages, generally speaking, in the industry. Okay, so let's do this. Some weird stuff going on this release, and some good stuff too. This guy stands just about 18.5 centimeters. That's gonna make him roughly about probably 7 1/4. We'll go with that. We'll do a quick comparison with Darwin. There you go. He is a lot bigger because it's a different scale. And then here's a quick comparison with Taki. I think that's close enough. Like, he's a little bit taller. That's probably about right. I didn't go and check. I had the game on Xbox. I don't have the game. Do they have it on PC? Anyway, it's probably good enough. Alright, so let's get into the aesthetic after a question of the day. Who do you most want to see coming from this line of figures? I want Nightmare and Siegfried so bad. And then Cervantes. And all of them? Everyone but Maxi, really. And you know what? I don't want Valdo. I know a lot of you guys want Valdo. You know what? I kind of do, because he'd be fun to have in the collection. But yeah, just give me Nightmare, give me Siegfried, I'll be happy. Alright, let's talk about the aesthetic on this guy. There's some really nice stuff going on. This tiger on his pants, really, really well done. It looks great. That's one of the best looking things I've seen on an action figure. They nailed it. The distortion of the image on the curvy pants, not a problem. They really did a good job. I like it. The details in his boots, very nicely done. Storm has, in some ways, really stepped up their game this year. The detail work throughout the rest of his outfit is very nice. You can see the musculature, you can kind of see it, is really good. The arm looks nice. There's a scar on there. I hope that's supposed to be there. I didn't play that much of 6, honestly. I did the character creator and then kind of just... I think it's because I got rid of my Xbox. But yeah, there's shading on the skin. It looks nice. Overall, very appealing. And then on the chest, there's tons of detail in the armor. Very, very nicely done. I think a wash would have helped, but like a darker overall wash, but still. And then on this side, the cool side, lots of nice details. I like it. I like it a bunch. Looks very good. And then the detail work for his head, it's good. I don't know that it's very accurate, but it's clean at least. It's definitely clean enough. And so that's all right. Mine has a little scuff on his forehead, but it's all right. And then he's got, I'm guessing this is just a scar. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been forever since I actually played, but they have that in there. So yeah, only other real problem, more armor on the back. Very, very nice looking. The only problem I have, which I guess we can just mention now because it already happened, is this wasn't glued on. This connects up here underneath this, and it just falls off constantly, which is not a big deal. I can fix that, but mine keeps falling off and it's super annoying. But aesthetically, it looks really, really good. Other than the fact that Storm made him a little bit broader. Like, they always do this, so I can't even really complain. But he's kind of brickish. He's kind of square looking. And they did give him a longer neck, though, but now because of that, it looks a little bit weird. I don't know. Once you pose him, it'll probably disappear, but he's pretty chunky here. And he's kind of chunky in the game, so it's not like a deal breaker or anything, but just be aware of that. But yeah, I think it looks great. I'm going to go 9 out of 10 for the aesthetic. It looks really, really, really good. These two figures, I mean, Taki less so because she's got less going on, but this Storm SoulCalibur line is going to just be a wonderful piece, wonderful collection on the shelf. I'm very excited about that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into his accessories. He has 3 different heads. The neutral head that comes on him in the package. Then we get the one with his teeth gritted. And it doesn't, like, sometimes they just really nail the heads, and these are well executed in the details, but the expression is just blank. He looks like he's making a face rather than actually doing something that warrants that face. And then same thing for the yelling head. It's not quite good enough. It's not bad, but it looks like he's not there. You know what I mean? It's kind of vacant looking. But they are included, and they are well executed other than the expression, so that's okay. For hands, you get the 2 fist hands, then you get a variety of gripping and style pose hands. Plenty of options there. Obviously, you have his sword and scabbard that can be tucked into his belt. Nicely done. The sword is great, by the way. I love how metallic it is. Looks awesome. And then lastly, you get the swooshy fire effect, which looks pretty darn good. I want to do that in more than just a photo for you guys so you can see it. I like it. It's a little plasticky looking. Not much they could have done about it, I think, for one this big. Oh no, does mine have a chip? No, it doesn't. Yeah, it looks nice. I like that swoosh a lot. Very cool. Very glad they included that. So, not the biggest spread of accessories, but definitely enough. Hands, heads, swords, fire. I like it. I'll go 9 out of 10 for the accessories. All right, can he pose? That is the question. I'm guessing he can, but we're going to find out. He does have a longer neck. Oh, I forgot to mention this on Taki. I'll have to edit that in. Ponytail does move, so good on them for that. All right, let's see what happens here. His neck. Oh man, they've really been doing a good job with the necks lately, so that's good. The head doesn't move that much at the top of the neck, but it does move enough at the bottom of the neck that you should really be able to get the posing done that you want to. So there you go. Look at the wonders of ball pegs. All right, this is a soft piece that is connected up here, just like the other one that fell off, so it shouldn't really get in the way, but let's see what happens. We raise the arm up. The hinge alone gets it up to better than horizontal, so that's good. Then you have the big ball peg, plenty of range there. Floating pieces, not the best looking thing, but that's gonna just disappear as you pose it. Full rotation. This will get in the way for the rotation. I don't think it should have been connected up here. It should have been connected to the arm so that you could rotate it forward. And I know that's not super accurate, but you can at least adjust it the way you want that way. Just move it back a little bit maybe, or however you want to do it. But it is connected here, so it's some limitation, but it still works pretty well, the shoulder. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow, 90 degrees. This guy's not getting a ton of range out of these big chunky arms. Let's see if this one's any better. Yeah, slightly. A little bit, but not that much. But the sculpt is really nice. I like the musculature. All right, now he has his armor here, so I don't know what they have going on inside. It feels like they still have the same 2 ball pegs, but practically speaking, I mean, you can do it. You can lean him forward, and this is going to crunch, but not that much. It's going to be kind of a hassle. You'll be able to do it. It'll lean forward and back, but you have to figure out where to grab, mostly down here. And you can get him to pose, so that's good. It's going to be kind of a nuisance, though, because there's so many different layers of plastic. Getting it all to line back up properly might be a pain in the butt, but it does work. Leaning side to side, that's going to be really tricky. But it can do it. Yeah, you can see how disjointed he looks right now. He's very shifted. That's going to be... Yeah, that's going to be a trick. I'm going to have to pop him apart to get him back together properly. but lots of range at this bottom joint too. This guy's gonna pose just fine even with this, so that's good. This is a floating piece. Let's see how the hips work. Going out to the side, there's good range. I wish they didn't have this going quite as low. A lot of companies do that when they're trying to do the baggy pants. They drop the crotch really low to make it look right, but it only looks right in the neutral. You're better off with a high crotch, slightly high crotch in the neutral pose, and that way when you do this, you don't have a dangly thing. You don't really want a dangly thing. So that's an issue, I guess, but yeah, full on range, that's not a problem. There is some squeaking, but it doesn't seem to be a problem. Kicking forward, it's all right. It flexes enough. He gets to horizontal, so that's all right. Going back, no problem there. Little bit of looseness. It's not floppy, but it is loose. Would like some more retention there. Thigh swivel is good. Let's check the knees. Oh, crap. They didn't cut out any room for the knees. What the heck, Storm? What the heck? They didn't cut out anything. They should have cut away so much more material there. Yeah, his knees have like crap range because of that. Not even 90 degrees. I don't like that. And maybe this is accurate, but his knee pads are off center. That's got to be on purpose. Because they're both like that. I don't like the knees at all. That sucks that they don't go back farther. Now, realistically, you could trim this, but do that at your own risk. But they should have done that for you. That's not good. All right, and then for the ankles, they go back decent. And they go forward better than most Storm figures. Not as nice as Taki, but they're okay. And the ankle rocker is kind of steep, but it's there, at least, a little bit. And the toe hinge, just like Taki's, it's not the best design, but it's good enough. And it's stiff enough. So, yeah, he's pretty solid. He's got some really good articulation in a few places and then crap in others. So, I'm going to just say it gets a... It's going to only get a 7 because of those knees, damn it. Those knees had to go and ruin it for the rest of them. But it's still solid, and if you don't care as much about the knees, like if you're not going to have him doing deep knee bends, then he should be okay, practically speaking. Did I say the wrists are on ball hinges? I don't know if I did, but they are. Okay, so yeah, articulation is going to get a 7, and now it's time for the final verdict. I like it a bunch. There's a lot to like. There's a few things that aren't good to not like, but overall, it's a strong release, and it's definitely one of the best looking figures they've made. So I'm going to give this one an overall rating of... I'm going to knock it down to an 8 simply for the knee bend. I don't like that. These are action figures, and they did so much good articulation here, but that knee bend is not good. If you can't pose the legs, it's very hard to pose the rest of the figure in a good way. So otherwise it would get a 9, but I'm a little bit bummed out by that knee bend. And you could argue that it still gets a 9, but that's fine. These are kind of like... just made up numbers. Like, I come up with them for a reason, but they don't actually do anything. So if you want to change the number in your head, you can do that. So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below and we'll talk, but that's it for me. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.